Look at us on time again. How was everybody's weekend? I guess we'll get into that once people start tuning in, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still yeah, we'll wait for some of you guys to show up. See what y'all been up to. In the meantime, I think we're pretty well set up.
I
I
hope
think
so.
I think I can adjust
There's a thunder.
Shannon's camera a little bit. Yeah, hopefully the weather doesn't affect anything here.
Well, explains
Power
why
outage.
like I said, explains why my knee hurts. Most of you probably don't know this, but my knee is a weatherman. I always know when it's gonna rain because my knee hurts the day before. My knee was killing me yesterday, and now it's raining. My knee is. I have a psychic knee.
Psychic knee?
I have a psychic knee.
That sounds Chinese a little bit. Psychic knee? Is that position fine there?
It's not making me cross-eyed.
Okay. Cool. Awesome.
Now I want to sit down.
Why do you want to sit down?
I don't, because my knee hurts.
Because of the weather?
Yeah.
That's why you want to sit down?
Well, that and I'm tired.
Yeah, you and me both.
I can't decide if I'm drunk or tired.
Are you drunk? Have you?
No. I feel drunk because I'm tired.
Oh, gotcha. I'm about to say, like, what? How are you drunk already?
Yeah.
How's that?
No.
How does that happen?
Uproar! The impossible! Yo!
What's up, Uproar? The Impossible Co. What's going on? Yeah, it's man, the heat is just, at least for me personally, it's been killing me.
Well, you've
And
been sitting
then-
outside.
Right. So you and Michelle have been here in the office while I'm out in the even if I'm just on the computer, I'm still just sitting out in the heat, which isn't too big of a deal, but I'd say it's affecting me more today because of what went on this weekend.
Matt got poisoned.
I didn't get poisoned.
I have a hiccups.
I don't know what happened. I got some sort of allergic reaction to something. I guess to something I ate. We're thinking that it's the food that one of our clients brought. So potentially I was poisoned.
I have the hiccups. I have to stand over here.
Okay, Shannon's got the hiccups. I'm gonna do some shout outs here to people tuning in. W Games 17, what's going on? Everything is fairly well. Jose J Garcia, print that shirt, buddy. Not sure what that means. Uproar says it's the weather, it's making me sleepy. And between medication that I've been having to take over the weekend and today as well, that's definitely been making me sleepy, that's for sure. And I'll get into that here in a moment. Let's see, Jared W. The heat will take all energy out of you in a short time. It sure will. So I know by the end of the day, sitting out 100+ degree heat. I didn't do any printing today, but I'll definitely be doing some tomorrow. But still, it'll take. Well, we will. We'll be printing tomorrow. And let's see, Matthew Grider, what's up, Matt?
Hey,
What's up? The Impossible Co. Food poisoning. I've had food poisoning before, and this was more of a allergic reaction, really.
He went into hives. He had hives all over his back and
So
legs.
Friday, we finished. We were printing, and then Angela, one of our clients, brought some food. It was barbecue, and then we finished printing for the day. I don't think we finished until about 10 or so. It was somewhere around there. It was like 10:15. So we heated up the food in the microwave and then
Friday.
ate.
I thought you were talking about last night.
Friday. No, last night we finished up at about 3 o'clock.
Yeah,
And
we'll be done by 2, my ass.
close enough. I had to take a lot of breaks. Anyhow,
Anyways.
so I ate what? I don't know. So had a baked potato, ribs, some baked beans, and then probably about 15, 20 minutes afterwards, I was like, man, I got some bumps on me. And I thought it was like an insect bite, and I'd look and there's just bumps all over my body. And I'm like, okay. I think Shannon had mentioned that it was some sort of allergic reaction or something.
Yes, I
did. At that point. So we went home, I fell asleep, and then I woke up in the morning and immediately I noticed my hands felt weird. My legs as well. My fingers were kind of swollen and red and itchy.
And normally he wakes me up going, good morning, sweetheart. It's time to wake up. He's all sweet about it. This time he takes me by the shoulders and he shakes me. Shannon, look at my face. And my first reaction of waking up to that is, ah! And I got scared. And I was really mad at him, but his face had swelled up to the size of a balloon.
Yeah, I looked like I had been in a boxing match. My eyes were all swollen. I had big puffy bags underneath my eyes, and my eyes were just completely red. And
so then he was like, so then I was like, just call my dad. It'll be fine. Just call my dad. I'm telling you, you need to take an antihistamine. That's the only solution for it. And he's like, I don't want to call your dad. You call your dad.
That's where you come in.
So
you call your dad.
So I called my dad, and I'm like, Matt is panicking. Tell him what he needs to be told. He's like, sounds like you're panicking. I'm like, I'm actually not panicking. I am just kind of annoyed because it's 9 o'clock on a Saturday that I thought I'd sleep in, and Matt scared the shit out of me, waking me up. And here's the phone. He's finally back because he left.
Who left?
You left.
I left where?
You left the room.
Yeah, I went to go look at my face.
Yeah.
Well, no, I went to go look at the rest of my body is what happened.
Well, you were gone. And so finally I was able to get you back. I was like, just talk to him. My dad loves Matt, by the way.
Anyhow, I hadn't ever experienced anything like that. And then, yeah,
He looked like a balloon. Let's sum it up with that.
It wasn't good. Anyhow,
it was funny. It was really funny.
It was a little scary at first. I mean, I was kind of panicking, and then when I came to the realization of what it was, I was like, okay. So we went and got some Benadryl, and then
he made me go with him.
Yeah, because
the best part was I'm gonna go have Shannon go in, and you drive us all the way there. You're like, I'll come in with you. I'm like, why am I here?
To support me. That's why, fool.
Well, I got a Snapple out of it, I guess.
Why are you here? No
why
reason.
am I there? It's 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, and all I told you was take a damn Benadryl.
You were there so you could rub my legs.
I didn't rub your legs.
Anyhow, so I'm still kind of slightly recovering from that. My legs still kind of have
it's
reddish hives kind of things going on. So the Benadryl, long story short, had an allergic reaction, and the Benadryl has been making me sleepy, and I still need to take that stuff. Anyhow, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and
he was paying the ass about it.
Oh, you hush. You're paying the butt a lot of times too when it comes to you being sick. And then the weird thing was Shannon got just a really bad dizzy spell and headache. How'd that go down, Shannon? Let's talk about that.
I threw up in a paper bag and you took care of it.
See? Well, there. Bingo.
And then I was like, call my mom.
What's up, everybody?
Hi.
So here we are. There is Shannon over that away. I
Yeah.
can point that away now. But as you can see, things are back to normal. Luckily.
You should have seen his face. He looked like a balloon monster.
I'll post I'll toss a picture up here in a little bit. I have to download it from my phone, but yeah, it was. Dude, I look horrible. I look like I aged about 20 years.
You're still handsome to me, darling.
It was horrible. It wasn't fun. Let's just say that. It wasn't fun whatsoever.
Okay, so hi Megan. Hi Cat Daddy.
Cat Daddy?
Cat Daddy.
Cat Daddy's been here before. That sounds familiar.
Hey Diane. She wants to know if it's like a podcast call-in radio show. If she wants to.
Do you want to call in?
We've talked about it before.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to call in, you can just call our
281-883-4889.
You can call our landline. Shannon will answer it. And,
why do I have to answer it? I answer phones all day.
Because the phone's over next to you.
You're the main person.
The phone's over next to you.
And you're the main character in this.
So, yeah, I mean, we don't have the phone, like, routed through
but if you want to
OBS. I mean, we can put you on speaker if you guys wanted to call and say what's up. Put you on live. So, yeah, I mean, we've thought about it, and we're not opposed to it whatsoever.
I don't know where the phone is.
You don't know where the phone's at?
It's not on its charger.
Jesus. Anyways, Shannon's on top of it. She's got it under control. If you do want to call,
guys,
you call, and then she'll have to go searching for the phone.
It'll be like a hide and seek.
Yeah. Here, I'll put our number down in the chat. The phone's gonna ring, and Shannon's going to.
I can feel myself blushing. Shut up.
I almost forgot what the phone number is. There we go.
I already said it.
There we go. Yeah, but now we got a visual here.
All right.
We got a visual, Shannon.
Anyone wants to?
What? I don't know what you're looking at me like that for.
Oh yes, you do.
Oh really? What was that supposed to mean? I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
We'll talk later.
Anyhow. No, we're not talking later.
No, later we're going to go get margaritas and tacos.
Yeah, bingo. Why is this
Eastern Shore screen printing?
This little window so small? That's weird. Let me scale the chat back up. I don't know why I got the size that it is.
Hi, Ray.
There we go. That's better. Hey, Shannon, the microphone's up there. Do you want me to lower it down for you?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Okay, I'm going to lower it for you. Go ahead and do some shout-outs
It's
real quick.
making me dizzy. Okay, so, yo, what up? Eastern Shore screen printing. Yeah.
Cool.
He says you're lucky you didn't die.
Nah. Well, possibly. Yeah. I don't know. I've never had a reaction like that. That was crazy.
What's up, Jose?
Yeah, I had my brother definitely let me know that my throat could have closed up kind of thing. But that's all right.
We talked about that.
Who?
You and I.
Of course we did.
I was like, as long as you're able to breathe, you're fine.
Yeah, and I could breathe. I was fine. I wasn't being no big baby about it.
You were being a big baby about it.
Oh, whatever. Oh, okay. So I'll remember that. I'm gonna keep that one in the books. I'll keep the big baby comment. Just you wait.
Hey, Crowley.
I think if anything, Shannon's the bigger baby.
I'm a girl. It's more socially acceptable.
No, Shannon. This is 2019. Men can cry now. To go along with the whole. It's
Well, I've seen you cry.
It's just what, of course, everybody eventually cries unless you don't have a soul. Okay, I'm not going to say you don't have a soul if you don't cry, but I mean, everybody cries at some point now and again. I'm just not going to hide it. But it's not very often, that's for sure. It's only when I'm completely either stressed about something or anxious, extremely anxious. I think that's a good point towards where crying fixes a lot of things, at least for me. I'm gonna kill you. You know what? I'm gonna go and have some margaritas by myself. Shannon cries like every single day.
I don't cry every single day.
I bet you I'll make you cry before this is over with. All right, let's see what we got going on here in the. No, fuck no.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're gonna make me cry now.
Yes. How did you guess?
I hate you. You're an asshole.
Hold on. Let me start popping some fireworks and set the mood. Yeah, we still have some leftover fireworks. Speaking of, how was everybody's 4th of July? Did everybody have a good day? Everybody take the day off. We took the day off. Wait, actually, we were closed technically, but we still were working. Yeah. So I hope everybody had a good 4th of July.
Well, Jared wants to know if my face can turn as red as the wall. Yes, it can.
Isn't it as red as the wall already?
No, he wants to know if it can turn red. Yes, it can.
Make that happen. Make it happen. I want to see it happen.
Embarrass me badly enough. Wait, no, wait. What am I saying? No,
okay.
No, you shut your
I've got
mouth.
some embarrassing things I could say. I ain't gonna though, because it'll just make my night a living hell. We don't have a doghouse for me to go and sleep in.
Jason, I sent somebody your way today.
Oh yeah. His name's Pete or Pedro.
He's awesome.
Pedro.
He's mafia.
Why? What is up with this stupid little? Oh, now the graphics. I have to resize this thing again. Jeez Louise. What is up with that?
Eastern Shore got his Freedom Express set up today.
Oh yeah. How's that working out for you? And congrats, by the way. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, let us know in the chat how that's working out for you. Oh, speaking of Shannon, damn it. You know what? I'll ask tomorrow. I need sizes because they're gonna send some t-shirts.
Who?
I'm pretty sure it's the
Pete?
No, not Pete. Not Pete. I'm awful with names. I just know.
He really is.
Sauce One. Wait, no, not Sauce One. Who got the Eastern Shore screen printing? Right? They're the ones that got the press. I don't know. I've been chatting it up on Instagram. Let me see. Let me go take a look.
I don't have an Instagram. I don't have a Facebook. I don't have any of those things. So
yeah,
every
Eastern
time
Shore
someone
screen printing.
Anytime someone contacts him through that, I have zero idea what's going on because about 6 months ago we had a fight and he was like, I don't like you getting on my phone. I was like, I'm doing it for the social media thing.
You take things so personal.
Yeah, well now I feel weird about it.
Well, you're just kind of weird in general, but that's okay. That's one of the reasons I love you. Anyway, so it was Eastern Shore screen printing. Congrats, by the way, on the press. And they're going to send us some shirts. So I told him, don't go throwing pens and pencils. I'm going to poke my eyeball out. Anyhow,
don't call me weird.
So he or she you have to forgive me. I'm not seeing the screen names and all that. Half the times we think, oh, this is a guy, and then ends up being a female. So anyhow, they're going to send us some shirts. I said a medium for myself, a medium for you. Do you want a medium?
What's
Shannon?
a medium?
A t-shirt.
No, I want a small. Fuck you.
All right, scratch that. She wants a small. Golly, man. So her answer is she'll have a small. F you. And I meant to ask Michelle, but I
She'll
forgot.
take an extra small. Or a
How
small.
do you know? Are you vouching for her?
She's tiny.
So what would you say for Panda then? Extra large?
Yeah.
2XL?
I don't want to be insulting.
I don't know. Why would that be insulting?
Because
then it's too big. 5XL for Panda, please.
Panda will have a bed sheet.
I know. I think he does wear an extra large.
Yeah.
We'll confirm with them tomorrow. But so small, medium, extra small, extra large. Anyhow, what is going on in the chat channel? It looks like you're busy reading away.
Well, Jason says he got the email from Pete.
Oh, did he?
Good.
Awesome.
He's a great guy. You guys will get along fine. He's part of the family. Meh.
Yeah, I didn't really get that sense, that the whole family sense. I don't know.
Family.
He seemed like a regular dude to me.
Yeah, well, he hooked us up with some amazing international shippers.
What does that have to do with being
By the way, did you
a
pay
family
them?
of anything?
Did you pay them?
No, I need to run by and give him a check.
All right, well, do that tomorrow.
I wasn't exactly feeling tip top today. You know what I mean?
Dwayne the Lion says. Well, Dwayne the Lion says, "Holy bless, good night from Barbados. It's my first time on here. What's up, the lion?"
It's probably Shannon's mouth is what he's talking about.
You're so rude. You're being really rude tonight.
You said no. My goal was to make you cry. All right, I'm gonna stop. I'll stop being mean. You're amazing. You're pretty and you're successful. Let's end it on that one.
All right, I love you.
How about
You're
that?
pretty too.
Does that work for you? Is that good?
Yeah,
good
it would have been good if you just stopped it at "I love you. You're pretty amazing." Blah 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 blah. And then you're like, "Is that good enough? Is that good enough?" Anyways, oh my god. Jared wants to know how you like the Javelin.
The Javelin, I mean, it's working out well for us. My only complaint is it uses a lot of air. So if we're running it at about 400 to 500 t-shirts an hour, then that compressor kicks on pretty often. So I'd say that's my only complaint.
My ears are ringing.
I think it's a good solid press after all the repairs that I had to do to ours in particular. Replaced multiple valves, cylinders, like couple of stroke cylinders, couple of flip cylinders, and then it was just like small little things, like some of the clamp down knobs were broke, just little miscellaneous things. That even though they're little miscellaneous things, man, that stuff added up quick. I think it added up to at least a good $2,500 in parts. But
I was happier not knowing that.
You was happier not knowing that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it does the job, and it's cranking out shirts pretty quickly. Like we did 3 orders last night, front and back. One of those orders was 72. The other was 100 and how many?
181.
181, and then there was a...
Wait. Are you talking about Texana?
Yeah.
Oops. That was 100... 100-ish.
Anyways, we did around 300 shirts, and they all had front and backs. One of them had a 3-color design on the front, the other 4-color, and we managed to knock it out in about 4 hours time. So I think we did pretty well.
Hurt.
Yeah, my back was killing me. I had to take multiple breaks, so I just wasn't feeling too hot. But anyways, long story short, yes, love it. Works great. Do not like the fact that the compressor kicks on, or our compressor's like right next to the press, so it kicks on when it does kick on. I mean, right next to it. Ideally, it would be great to be able to put it somewhere else, but we just don't have the space for it.
Matt keeps promising that we're gonna build a wall around it, but
Yeah, but we got some plans.
yeah,
So
still need a wall around the compressor.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Anyhow, the point is that we're working on something and potentially maybe doing an upgrade in the future.
I'm just saying my eardrums hurt.
Before maybe around the end of the year. It just depends. Depends on what we line up, but we'll let y'all know more as that kind of
we're being mysterious right
unfolds.
now. We're being mysterious.
Well,
that's my impression of mysterious.
Is that your mysterious impression? Anyhow, it just comes down to a few things, so we'll see. I don't know.
All right, so they're making fun of Panda.
Why are they making fun of Panda?
I'm not sure, but Jason has a dead panda picture. Hi T Martin, Sugar Honey Iced Tea says, yeah, Shannon is on. I don't know what that means.
It is Sugar. Never mind. I was thinking that's somebody else. Sugar Honey Iced Tea. Is that?
No.
That's
I know exactly who you're talking about. No.
Her name started with
it's not.
I remember I think she told us her YouTube name.
She did. I don't remember
I'm
exactly.
I'm
I'm
awful
very tired,
with the names.
No,
Anyhow,
that's not. No.
Yep, there is Shannon right there. Anyhow, so
okay.
Let's see. It looks like everybody's just kind of chatting back and forth.
Well, Jared says he's been looking at when I step into an auto, going with the Javelin because of the flashback system.
Repeat that one more time.
Jared says that he's been really looking at the Javelins because he likes the flashback.
Because he likes the flashback?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool feature to their presses. I would say that...
Later music, donkey.
So we have two flashbacks on ours, and so that's kind of exclusive to the Tough and Workhorse products, the flashback. And it's not only on the Javelin. So... Like with ours, it's a 6-color press. You don't lose any of the print stations to a flash, so that definitely is a bonus, because most presses you have to have a dedicated station for the flash, and then potentially a cool down station as well, depending on how fast you're going. But also, one of the other things that's cool about the flashback is you can raise that flash up and put it on, let's say, station number 2 if you want to run your machine faster rather than waiting for the flash after you do a couple print strokes to flash it. It will, the carousel will rotate, go to station 2, and while the table is up printing, it can be flashing. And so we tend to put it in that setup whenever we're doing large quantities and we have a second person unloading the shirts. So I'll be loading and then Panda will be unloading. And at that rate, we're just kind of, I don't think we can really go much faster than about 400, 500 shirts an hour, because at that point, depending on the size of Shannon will cry for one because she can't keep up with it. She does need extra help when it comes to that.
No, it's not that I need extra help. Oh my God.
Anyhow, the point is our dryer wouldn't even be able to handle much more than that anyways, depending on the size of the print. You're such a turd. What's wrong with saying that you need a little help down there? Because there's no
room for help. If it was still in the middle, it'd be fine. Like, we could be like on one side, like to each taking shirts. But right now, it's just there is one position to take the shirts. You can't like
So where-
do it. Like,
where-
remember, it's like so. And then you like tell Michelle, go get the shirts, and I'm like kind of wandering around like an idiot. I'm going, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Anyways, I'm not going to argue with you on that.
It's my station. I know whether or not I need help. And you're like, go bring Michelle in here. I'm like, well, now she's just in the way.
Yeah, you can do assembly line wise because even
There
if
is no assembly line. It
will
comes
you stop
up.
squeaking at such a high pitch? Just will you stop for a second? You're getting all excited for no reason. The point is, even if it were in the middle, where the hell is she gonna stack shirts on the other side where with the computer?
That's kind of my point.
You know what? I think a lot of people tune in just to listen to us argue. And Shannon just go into her high pitch squeak, pissed off kind of whatever. Or
It's not
whatever
pissed
point.
off. It's being emphatic.
Okay.
Now I'm blushing.
Emphatic, whatever the case may be.
I'm blushing.
Anyhow, what else we got going on in the chat before we move on to the topic of our live stream, which
I don't
is
know, I'm trying to make my
watch
face
Shannon
stop
bitch
being
at Matt.
Matt.
I feel like that's what's going on here. I'm just stating that, you know, sometimes you need a little help down there. What's wrong with that?
Where does she go? Like, there's like no room for two of us in the position that we have right now.
Give me solutions, not problems. That's what I want.
No,
I want
the freaking dryer back to where it
I want
was. That's the
a
solution.
solution to the. No, it's not. Then where the hell's the other press gonna go?
I don't know. Maybe you
Right
can
by
like
where
walk
you
around
stack?
it for a little while. Maybe you could walk around it for a little while.
Fine. You load the shirts onto the press, and I'll take them off the other end of the conveyor dryer.
He's being mean to me.
No, I'm not. What are you talking about? You're like telling me. Fine. then
Anyways,
you go walk around it.
Donkey is wondering something.
Donkey, what?
Music
Jesus.
Donkey. He wants to know if he's getting into screen printing. Do I need a power washer? Fun fact: Matt used to do his at the car wash.
Yeah, I don't recommend going to the car wash. Yeah, I they're not that expensive. We get the cheap ones, like the $100 ones. Just go and get one of those, and it will save you a lot of time. Your screens will, when you're reclaiming them, they'll be that much more clean. You know, you'll be able to knock off some of those edges where you got the bead going. I definitely would say that would be something that I would invest into if you plan on reclaiming your screens. If you don't plan on reclaiming screens, then no. I mean, but yeah, it's definitely speeds things up. So in my mind, and I'm sure with a lot of you, is that you want to continue to get things that are going to make the process faster, and having a power washer is definitely one of those things. So if you're using a garden hose to get your emulsion out, it's probably taking you 3 to 4 times as long as a power washer would, and it's not going to do as good of a job. Although you can reclaim screens with a garden hose, just it's just going to take longer. So that would be my advice. Get one of those cheap $99 ones. Don't you think so, Shannon?
Yo.
And if you have to, just make up a makeshift washout booth, and like I used to just let the everything that I reclaimed go down into a bucket, and then I would pour it down the toilet with our sanitary system, or whatever you want to call it here in Houston. You know, it's made to do that, and
I remember that.
if you have a septic, I wouldn't recommend doing that. I have no idea where you could pour your the water that is your ink and your reclaimed screen. So for us, it just goes down into the city drainage. So yeah. And that's the city drains, not I wouldn't go pouring it down a gutter or something like that where it's going to go into ditches where animals and all that are going to be towards where it can affect people, animals, whatever the case may be. So that's my take on it.
Sugar Honey Iced Tea is Tina from Houston. Thank you very much. I told you it wasn't the same person.
Tina from Houston. Hey,
Well,
you should, yeah, one of these days, particularly maybe a Friday, you're more than welcome to swing by and say hello. So that way we can put a face with an on-screen name. But it's not very often that we get the. It's funny. Wouldn't you say this, Shannon? Anytime that we meet, aside from Rye Beats, we know what he looks like because he has
I still call
videos.
him Rye Beats.
Gina, like I had no idea what Gina looked like. Because her videos are up until here recently was just her hands, and so we ran across her, and I think
I met her in the bathroom.
Yeah, Shannon met her in the bathroom, and Shannon had no idea who it was.
And she's like introducing herself in the bathroom. I'm like, "Hi!" Like trying to fake it so hard, and then she's like, "I'm Gina," and I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, it's funny how
I faked that hard.
It's funny how that works when you meet people. Like I remember the first time meeting Jonathan and the Fort Worth ISS show. I was like, "Oh, Jonathan!" I'm like, "I'm 6'1". I'm like, "Damn, you're tall. You're a big guy." Met him and his wife.
Really?
Jonathan?
How tall is he?
He must be 6'3", 6'4".
Really?
Maybe 6'5".
Nah.
Jonathan Zams,
No.
not Catspit Jonathan.
Oh, okay.
No, Catspit Jonathan. He's shorter. I don't know how tall he is.
His wife was sweet.
Yeah, she's very nice.
I liked her,
and I thought that was really cool that they're working together and they're both up there. I know that. I could be wrong. I'm not sure what their current status is, but I'm kind of like a side gig that they're doing, tag teaming it.
Well, it's actually kind of rare to find couples doing it together.
Yeah, and
you didn't? Did you see it? I winked.
I saw that. Oh, I got it. But
it's cool. But
that's not the case for us, though. So anyhow, do you want to start? We're at 7:37. Do you want to jump into the topic, or do you just want to continue on with the chat thing? Y'all let us know. So what we plan on talking about is some common mistakes that new screen printers make, it's even mistakes that I've made, and Shannon. There was things that Shannon helped out with, even coming into this that well, and in her eye was very questionable. And I'll start out with, let's kind of do it one thing at a time. And I would say some of the things we've been burned on, and this might seem like a no-brainer, but initially getting into it, collect 50% down at least. There's been a handful of times when we're just like, oh yeah, this person seems legit, they're gonna pay, and they end up leaving us with a negative profit on a job. For instance, there was a contractor from out of town when Harvey came through, and he's like, I'm good for it, I'm just really busy right now. I think we spent about $200 on blanks. They were 100% polyester. We did a print on the sleeve, on the front, and on the back. Long story short, the guy stiffed us.
And design work.
I got the shirts to him. The dude was like kind of trying to get away from me in his truck. He's like, yeah, follow me to the bank, I got the money. And then he kept giving me the runaround, and I trusted him because he kept calling us, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna need this and that, and we just ended up getting stiffed entirely. I would say that was probably the biggest thing we got stiffed out on.
Oh, and then we went then I actually Googled him or whatever on the BB whatever.
The triple B?
Yeah, the BBB. And apparently he's never shown up for any of his other faults.
Right. So
Yeah.
he's a contractor that, and I wish I still knew the name because I would definitely
Kelvin.
put him on blast. His name's Kelvin. However, they're in Louisiana. I do know that their logo is silver and black. So if you come across someone named Kelvin and they have a construction company in Louisiana, chances are they'll get your money, pretend like they're working on the job, and then they just won't show up to
Just
finish
if you
the
have
job.
to meet him in person, kick him in the nuts for us. I'm not kidding. We
Anyhow,
deserve a nut kick at
so
least.
yeah, we got burnt on that, and I would say when there are going to be certain clients where it's going to be kind of a net 30 thing, but at least establish some sort of relationship ahead of time before you jump into just doing some work for them. And most of the time, the stuff like that is churches will provide
Churches
the blanks
aren't
and
gonna
all that.
Churches aren't going to short you, though.
And then one of our contract clients, we're super tight with her, and so generally she pays up every 30 days, sometimes sooner. It just depends.
And then
she's
she
super
poisons
busy.
Matt.
Yeah. And then they end up poisoning you with food.
but for God, I forgot what I was even gonna say. I actually had a legit point to make. Oh, yeah, and I'm sure I've probably mentioned this before, is when they ask about the process, I basically tell them, okay, look, we get 50% down. We'll send you a mock-up. We don't go to press until you give the okay on that. And to make it more charming than we don't give you your shit until you pay the rest, I go, and then I hold them hostage.
Which I think is a great segue to getting an approval on the artwork that is being printed, the sizes. Make sure they're in there. And when I say sizes, the actual print size, and get approval on that. I mean, for the most part, we're pretty good about that. There's been recently a handful of times because we were just swamped and didn't get approval on a couple things where we just ended up eating the couple orders, and I think it ended up costing us about $1,500. So, and one of the things about that is if you want to keep your reputation intact and you print something that someone's not happy with, you got to redo it. There's going to be times when something's going to happen and it may end up being your fault, and you'll have to just take a hit on the job. But getting a proof is definitely a way to avoid any of that, and also just doing a good job as a screen printer. Take your time with it. Don't rush through it. Even if I would say that some mistakes as well has been rushing through things because a deadline's coming up. Sometimes you can kind of talk to them and see, if they're like, hey, we need this by 12 o'clock for this occasion. Sometimes you can talk with them, just be like, hey, we're behind. Is there any wiggle room? They might be like, yeah, our event's at 5 o'clock, and I just was kind of planning around picking them up kind of thing. So you might be able to finagle in a little extra time and be like, hey, I'll drop them off or whatever the case.
Yeah, and a lot of times, though, also, they'll be planning in preparation.
Yeah. A couple days ahead of time.
Yeah. So sometimes you'll get lucky with those as well.
But be on time is really what you should do. But we know that things do come up, and for all you got the screens all set up, and maybe the art's not exposed right, and that sets you back just enough, or maybe an order behind that or ahead of that, maybe you had some issues with that might set your schedule behind. So just kind of try and plan around those things. And kind of segueing from delivering things, the other thing is, I would say, and this is where Shannon came in, because even though it did help build the business quite a bit and kind of build relationships with what clients I initially started out with before Shannon joined, I dropped everything off. I went and picked up every single order of shirts that I could from TSC to save myself $25 here and there. And I would say just incorporate that into the order, because the amount of time that you're spending on the road, I mean, you're just kind of losing money there. And
especially if you're in Houston.
Right. And I imagine there's probably a lot of you guys out there that don't have the option to go pick your shirts up and are probably already charging for shipping.
I was just talking about Houston traffic.
Yeah, well, Houston traffic's pretty awful. So in the beginning stages, I went and picked everything up, but I kind of enjoyed it, but eventually got to the point towards where there was no way I could keep that up.
Yeah, you were stressed out about it. You were like, I have to drop this off. I have to drop this off. I was like, why?
Because they're gonna drop me if I charge more. And it really came down to.
But they didn't.
Being timid to charge. I would say I got off onto the wrong foot when I initially started, and that was charging low prices. And so I figured, and a lot of our clients are still, they have a budget, and they have. I'll say that there's a lot of people looking for deals, right? And there's always the guy down the street that will do it for less. However, just stick to your guns when it comes to your pricing. And it took me a while to kind of figure that out.
Well, they have a budget, but when they have a budget and you're saying that you'll have to ship it and they don't want to pay for the shipping, for the very, very, very major part of it is, all right, I'll come to you.
Right.
So it's, maybe they have a budget, maybe they don't, but we have gotten a lot more pickups lately because we're just like, we don't have time to do that. And I'll just never forget. I'll never forget. Like, Matt was like sitting there going, I have to like do all of this. I'm like, why? And
because then, you're sleeping all day long. I'm just messing with you.
We're
Go
gonna
ahead.
Come back to that later. Anyways, so we go down to Rosenberg, which is probably an hour and a half away from where we work. And Denise, I love her. She's so sweet. She's like, why don't you guys just ship it? And I'm just like looking at him going, freaking told you so. And
well, the thing is, I had it in my mind that if I were charging just a little bit more because of shipping or whatever the case may be, that I would end up losing that client. But
we haven't lost any of them.
You're right. I was just going to say that.
Okay.
I haven't. So, yeah. So these are, we're sharing this because these are some of the things that we've gone through and have improved with the business. We're not taking the hit on shipping, and B, we're able to get more stuff done in a day because we're not, we pack it up, put a UPS label on, we even have UPS come pick stuff up most of the time.
We're best friends with our UPS men.
Yeah,
we've gone through a lot of them though. But I will say this though, guys, coming into this business, if something raises a red flag just in your head, it's probably something to address, because that whole delivery thing just went beep in my head. I'm like, red flag, why are you doing that? So it's probably something at least to think about.
Because I had a sweet El Camino that I had a sweet Crook.
You were driving a Chevy Cruze, honey.
No. Before that,
I know.
I had the Mikey Mobiles, El Camino.
You had the Mikey Mobile,
with
yes.
The 350 small block Chevrolet with the posi traction, and
I don't know what any of that means.
I just enjoyed dropping shirts off and pulling up with a car that had a camshaft in it that sounded like a popcorn machine.
Also, I'm saying
It was fun to drive, and then afterwards, I'm like, okay.
And the kids cried because there was no AC.
You didn't know that though.
Only
from my stories. I don't know.
Anyways, though,
it was a fun ride.
If something in your business is just raising some instinctive red flag, address it fast. Because probably something isn't right there. It might just be paranoia, but on the other hand, 90% of the time, probably something's not right. So,
speaking of things not being right, are there any other things that you can think of off the top of your head that you feel like beginning screen printing on the business end of things that you wish we would have done sooner? Managing the orders, I would say, even with the paper printouts, I think that was a big help, and it only costs like $25 for that setup.
Honestly, I think we're fucking up more now that we don't my system's all screwed up, so I'm not doing the paper printouts as much.
Why aren't you doing who told you to stop?
Nobody. It's just my system got out of whack.
That's because you're so used to using the calendar.
I just started learning the phones.
Anyhow, I mean, it's like the one dude that he called and he was like, "Hey, do you have my order ready?" And he's not even on the calendar.
I don't know why he's not on the calendar. He's marked as paid. Well, that's why he's not on the calendar.
Shame, office manager. Shame, for shame. I'm pretty sure anyways, we'll make that situation right. So, making situations right with your clients as well. Sometimes shit happens. And that is one of the cases where it's just like, for some reason, the guy paid and we didn't, and I'm going to say we didn't change it from paid to, order shirts or whatever. It is
marked as paid.
It's okay. So it's on the calendar, but it's wrong date.
Yeah, it's in the wrong month.
Anyways, the point is, it'll more than likely be one of those situations where we kind of drop the ball a little bit, and we got to figure out a way to kind of.
But you know what? We're human.
Smooth things over. Yeah, we are, and I'm sure he knows that because he hadn't really bothered us a whole lot. We told him.
No, he's not. He's not gonna be one of those like watching on our shoulders the way that a couple of them that I'm not gonna mention have.
So in order to kind of make up, like, some of the things you can do is toss in some extra t-shirts, which adds some more value to, they get some more shirts, they get to sell some more shirts, and it, they're not necessarily in a big hurry, but at the same time it's kind of a way to, we realize we messed up, therefore here are some extra shirts to kind of smooth things over, and in hopes that we get repeat business. So, so is there anything else? Because it's 7:53. I'd like us to. Okay, so I think we're gonna wrap it up there. I'm gonna go over to the chat. It's been a long weekend, I would say, for us, because I wasn't feeling too hot, and then we were up till 4-5 o'clock last night printing, so we're getting a little tired, and we haven't eaten anything yet. So I'm gonna go through the chat real quick, see what everybody's been up to, if there's any questions. Let's see what we got here. Hey Mikey, thanks for all your videos. Me and my sons had started a business back in December. We are now moving to a larger location, and everything is balls out at this point. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Mark Manis. I appreciate that, and that's really awesome that you and your sons are growing your business. I I hope one day that our kids get interested in what we got going on here.
They hate it.
Matt, can you talk about the upgrades you're looking at? The upgrade that I am looking at, yeah, see, Tina's saying here, I'm Tina from ISS in Houston. Hey, guys.
Say that.
Yeah. Anyways, what's up, Sugar Honey Iced Tea? I thought that's who it was. Sorry. Jason, so the upgrades we're looking into is a press that essentially is quieter, something that will run off what we have now. It's going to use less air. If the compressor is running less, then we're not using up as much energy, and potentially something that has more than 6 colors. So the idea is somewhere towards the end of the year, we're looking into upgrading our press, and we're already touching base with a company and kind of working things out. But we just kind of have to see, and we'll talk about it more as things kind of unfold, because I do know that we talked, and anyways, I'll explain more later. I can't go in to too much further than that right now, because you know, it's nothing set in stone, so it's
legal!
all nothing. It's their plans we're working towards, and really and truly we're just trying to figure out, but we'll get into it later. I know I'm being very vague about it, but really it's upgrading to a more efficient, not that the Javelin isn't efficient, just something that doesn't use as much air, a newer machine, really, a new toy. I think getting into a used Javelin has been great for us, and for all I know, we just might end up sticking with it. Yeah, I think it's a great press. It just eats up a lot of air, and the compressor situation is you know, it is what it is. Let's see, what else do we got here? Bought 1,000 parts. Bought it for 1,000. Okay, so the house, like slowly getting there. Okay, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I think the house of garb. Excuse me, I think I said the grab house. Looking through here, just trying to see if there's any more questions, you guys. Sorry, it's getting late, and both of us are hungry. So let's see. Ian says he gets 100% up front. That tends to be us most of the time. Let me know if there's any questions that we missed. I think Shannon's tapping out. Are you tapping out, Shannon? Shannon's tapped out, and I need to take care of her and feed her. You okay? See, I do take care of her, so we're gonna get out of here, and it's been fun as usual, guys. Sorry about that, but we're gonna get out of here. If you're new to our channel, be sure to subscribe. Check out some of our other videos. We have quite a bit of screen printing tutorials, and we try and help as much as we can with our live feeds, business-wise. A lot of it does tend to be shenanigans, but it's because we enjoy hanging out with you guys. So, but we will see you guys next time at 7 p.m. And Shannon is on the floor saying hearts. Sorry that outro played again, but anyways, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to feed Shannon. Hopefully she starts feeling better afterwards. I'm not sure what's going on, so we'll see you guys next time.